Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. Stand up for your country. New study shows that anxiety is at the highest level of the year right now, right this moment. And I think it's true. I'm feeling a little anxious. I'll tell you about it in the Smart Life segment tonight. It's not a calm time for anybody that I know. Everybody's on edge. So we're going to get into that in Smart Life. So the country's still processing the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Media is not covering it, honestly, as usual. If there were two attempts on the life of the vice president, there'd be hysteria in this country. Trump would be blamed. There's no question about that. It's not a guess, not speculation. That's what would happen. Everybody knows that. Now it's kind of okay. We don't like it. I don't think there are many people that want to see Trump dead. There are some, but not many. But, you know, we still hate him. And we still want Kamala to win. So let's move along. That's the press's attitude. And we're going to get into that a little bit more. And as far as Donald Trump is concerned himself, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So yesterday, he's in Flint, Michigan, and he says this. Go.
And I have to say that President Biden called me yesterday. It was very nice. We had a very nice conversation. I appreciated that he called about, you know, what happened the other day. And he says, he's committed. He's committed. No, and today, a little while ago, I got a very nice call from Kamala. No, it was very nice. It was very nice. It was very, very nice, and we appreciate that.
So it was good. He's a little more mellow, you know. Somebody yells out, F Joe Biden. You would expect that from the MAGA supporters, just as we expect it from the progressive movement. We expect that. I mean, they don't want daytime. It's almost a sport, a hobby, hating the other crew. But Trump, see, that was good. He brings in a measure of humanity to his presentation. And the more he can do that, the higher odds that he will win. Okay, so fanatical people, and believe me, they're on both sides, and you know that. I mean, they lose all perspective. I mean, and they get caught up in this, and clarity is not what they have. Hatred always, and believe me, I have to fight it all the time because my emotion is to go after people who try to hurt me and my family and go after them hard. But sometimes you got to step back a little bit. What's best, the way to handle it. And again, Trump did a good job yesterday in that. This is a dangerous presidential campaign. If you read Confronting the Presidents, only Abraham Lincoln versus George McClellan in 1864 was more dangerous than this, all right, because Civil War was still underway. And it was chaos in the country. And Lincoln obviously wound up dead, but it was hard for him to go anywhere because of the rank danger. Everybody wanted to kill him. Trump now, finally, is getting the Secret Service detail he should have had a long time ago, and I hope they're pretending Kamala Harris as well at the same level. Biden's not around. I'm not worried about Biden. I think they got him locked down. But every day we wake up and something new is going to happen. So I was on Hannity Radio today, and we were talking about next 7 weeks, and I can't predict Friday. I can't predict next week. It's too many things. But I do know that we're living in a very dangerous time, and I mean that literally. So when you are following our news coverage here, we're not going to do any kind of emotional stuff. We're going to just step back and tell you. And I told Hannity a very interesting thing on the radio today. And I don't know whether he knew it or not, but the polling now comes in, and everybody's looking at the poll, and Harris is ahead. But I am examining these polls, and I'm seeing something doesn't stack up because independents, according to the polls, don't like her at all. I don't know one Republican who's going to vote for her outside of Cheney and her father. It doesn't stack. So I made a few calls. You know what's going on? In the left-leaning polls, which are most of them, they say Republicans, Democrats, Independents. And I'm taking credit for making them do that. We started last year, and they do it now. But they don't tell you the gender. And everybody knows that more women are supporting Kamala Harris. Everybody knows that. So if you do polling and more women are sampled, you're going to get a higher number for Harris. Do you know that? Fix is in. Now, I'm not saying that Trump is leading in the polls. Trafalgar has him, and then Rasmussen has him up. But Rasmussen's a pro-Republican poll. But I'm telling you, this gender thing, see how they do it? Woo. And that's a memo. Our schedule is Biden is a reception for Hispanic Heritage Month. That's it. That's all he does. Party on. Kamala Harris is in D.C. For the Hispanic caucus because the Democrats are running behind, according to polls, in the Hispanic vote. And Trump is here on Long Island at the Nassau Coliseum giving a speech this evening. Yesterday, the vice president went to Philadelphia to talk to the Black Journalists Association. You remember that Trump did that in July, the last day in July, was ambushed. The woman gave a big speech about how he's the worst person ever. But it was a little more gentle with the vice president. Go.
Your opponent and Republicans have at times weaponized you laughing in campaign ads, for example. Why is joy important to you to insert into this election? And what do you make of Republicans using that as a way to suggest that you're not a serious candidate?
Well, sometimes I think, and I'll say to whoever the young people are who are watching this, there are some times when your adversaries will try and turn your strength into a weakness. Don't you let them. Don't you let them.
Okay, I won't let them then. I promise. But the question, Grace, this is unbelievable. So why is joy important to you? See, all right. I'm sorry. However, ABC News, which took it right between the eyes for the debate, now, I guess, given orders for their correspondents, get a little tougher on the vice president. This is Selena Wang covering that Q&A in Philadelphia. Go.
She was pressed about how her policy towards Israel and Gaza might be different than that of President Biden's, and she did not directly answer the question or offer any policy specifics, but she repeatedly said that we need to get a deal done.
Well, that's news breaking. We need to get a deal done. Of course, she's not going to get into specifics. She has no blanket idea what to do. You know, Warren Harding. Hello, Warren. So when you read Confronting the Presidents, he did the exact same thing. He wouldn't answer anything in 1920. And Americans put him into the White House. It's a disaster. He didn't know anything. He didn't care. He spent 3 years in a White House playing cards with his corrupt friends, getting drunk and chasing his mistress around. Because Americans gave him that position knowing nothing about him. Because he wouldn't answer any question. He wouldn't even campaign. Kamala campaigns, at least, won't answer any questions. My God. All right. I don't think Donald Trump understands the extent of the hatred toward him. I don't think he does. And I'm going to portray something tonight that you don't know, and he probably doesn't know. All right? So stay with me here. Walk through this. There is a group called Color of Change. I came up against this group a few times. They are the worst smear merchants in the world. No one worse. Bottom feeders. They have millions of dollars courtesy of George Soros. In fact, in 2021, according to OpenSecrets.com, Soros gave Color of Change, all right, $1 million. And there's a reason why he did it. The president is Rashad Robinson, 45 years old. The Color of Change operation is based in New York City. It took credit for the New York City legal action against Donald Trump. It put it on the internet. Okay, this is Color of Change taking credit. The headline was, Color of Change asserts that Trump indictment points to the importance of progressive prosecutors. That would be Alvin Bragg. Okay? So, Color of Change, George Soros, after Trump, big time. Why should you care? The Color of Change has visited the White House since Biden's been president 16 times. 4 times Biden himself, 4 times Vice President Harris herself. Okay? Why? Why is a radical left group visiting the White House 16 times? We don't know. In fact, the media never has reported this story. Ever. I'm breaking it. Got it? The Biden-Harris economy continues to burden the average American with flat wages, higher prices. People are covering expenses with credit cards. And if you're a homeowner and frustrated with that cycle, you can make a 10-minute no-obligation call today with my friends at American Financing. Interest rates are coming down. They are now in the low 5s. And if you're constantly carrying a credit card balance each month with a rate in the 20s, American Financing can help put your hard-earned equity to work to get out of debt. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are saving customers an average of $800 a month. And if you get started today, you may not have to make next month's mortgage payment. So please call American Financing today at 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557 or visit AmericanFinancing.net. All right, let's go to the mail. Linda Miller, Paul Ryan, Scarborough, Canada. Bill, watch some of Trump's town hall from Michigan. Appears he might be taking your advice. Less petty attacks, more substance. Let's hope so. Okay, that's the ticket to ride right into the White House. Appreciate you watching up there in Canada. I read an article today about Justin Trudeau. It's not going well for Justin up there. I didn't know he'd been in power 9 years. I think he might need a change up there. Carlos Fernandez, Santander, Spain. I've been to Santander. Nice town. Donald Trump has been the most divisive president of my lifetime. I've never heard a Republican or Democrat president use the kind of incendiary rhetoric that Trump routinely uses on the stump. Well, I understand you've never heard that, but Andrew Jackson and Teddy Roosevelt rival Donald Trump in the rhetoric department. They didn't hold back, particularly Jackson. And if you didn't like what Jackson said, he'd shoot you. So that's, of course, all in confronting the presidents. I appreciate you watching over there, Carlos. Michael Ferrulo, Boston, Mass. I'm generally left-leaning, but enjoy watching your YouTube channel. Thank you. My question regards the economy under Kamala Harris. If she is to beat Donald Trump, I keep hearing they'll be paying more as individuals, but I don't know where that comes from. It comes from basic economics. If you tax companies and corporations more, as the vice president promises to do, they pass that along to you, the consumer. So if you're going to buy the new Apple phone that comes out, and Apple's got to pay 8% more in federal tax, your phone's going to cost at least 8%. Apple probably tack on another 2 or 3%. That's how it goes. John Marlowe, Philadelphia. As a practicing Catholic, very disappointed the Pope did not mention the abortion issue. I believe we were all taught killing is a mortal sin. Should be no question the Pope should be against Vice President Harris. The Pope did mention abortion. We reported it yesterday, John. I hope you saw it, or you can get a transcript if you're a premium or concierge member of it. The Pope just says it's murder. The Pope has not been shy on abortion. And I agree with you. As a Catholic, I couldn't pull a lever for Harris. There's no way. 38 million American Catholic voters, as we reported yesterday. Matthew Corpus, L.A. I'm doing all the big cities today. Philly, Boston, Los Angeles. Hey, Bill, a longtime fan. When will the cost of living ever come down? I want to start a family, but I'm worried. Just received my copy of Confronting the Presidents at 32 years old. This is my first physical copy of a book I bought in a long time. I know Americans under the age of 45, books but they're important. And I'm glad you got it, Matthew. Now, when are the costs of living going to come down? It's complicated. Government regulations have to come down first. Trump will do that. So Trump will open up the energy industry almost to capacity. That's going to anger the global warming people, the progressives. But by doing so, it'll be cheaper to transport goods all over America. Gasoline prices come down, heat your home will come down, air conditioning come down, okay? Because the price of the oil is going to be lower because there's more product. That's one way. And then if the trucking and transportation costs come down, the food should come down because that was a justification for raising all the food prices. We got to pay more to get the food in the store. Whether that happens or not, I don't know, but I'm going to be watching it. Okay, that's all economics now. You guys are getting an economics lesson. George Silver, Henrietta, New York. Bill, you gave me a good idea. I ordered a copy of Confronting the Presidents for my whole family, 14 copies. Whoa, big family. My Christmas shopping is already done. And if you, I think you're already a premium member, George, but if you re-up or sign up, premium or concierge membership, get Confronting the Presidents free of charge. So you get a membership and a book. Can't do better than that. David, concierge member, while reading Confronting the Presidents, I was astonished to learn that JFK was going to pull our military personnel out of Vietnam. After his assassination, LBJ rescinded that order. Absolutely right. We had a hard time nailing that down, but we got it. LBJ is a villain, one of the worst presidents, very corrupt man. JFK better than I thought, because when I wrote Killing Kennedy, it was all about his assassination and what happened. But when we looked into him in Confronting the Presidents, he did some really good things, JFK. Mark Amy, Massillon. I know it's got a big high school football team there, but I know I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, Ohio. Bill, Confronting the Presidents arrived Saturday around noon. I dove in. Before I knew it, it was nearly 6 o'clock. I missed most of the Notre Dame game. Fortunately, the Irish won. I'm glad it was that compelling. I am. All right. We want you to go to the store, get the political memorabilia. We got 3 great mugs for you, all packaged into one nice price. Team Normal, not woke, no socialism. All right? And you keep these. They'll last forever. And it's a memento of the 24 campaign. We also have a great leather-bound edition of Killing Patton. This is a fabulous gift. Christmas, birthdays, whatever. Really, really. It's leather-bound. It's in the library forever, so check that out. Word of the day, do not be a doofus. D-O-O-F-U-S. Doofus. I used to use that when I was a kid. I didn't know what it meant, but now I do. Back in a moment with a final thought. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt. The last thing we need is more reckless government spending and higher taxes, and they could happen. But a Harris presidency could bring us into that zone. plus a hit to your retirement savings. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process, even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201. Or text Bill to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. Hey, you didn't vote for this economy. I know I didn't, but we all pay for it at the pump, the grocery store, and through that stack of unpaid bills. Financial stress is crushing. So what's the solution? donewithdebt.com. Unlike others, Done with Debt has new aggressive strategies that free you from debt without bankruptcy or loans. They will negotiate with your creditors so that you'll have more money in your pocket on month one and every month until you're debt-free. And the best news? Done with Debt is accepting new clients, but don't wait. Some of their best debt strategies are time-sensitive. Let Done with Debt hit the debt reset button for you and make your money yours again. Don't forget, this is time-sensitive, so visit donewithdebt.com or call 888-322-1054. Chat with some of their debt relief strategists for free. Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Okay, final thought. We are waiting. We are taping this in mid to late afternoon. We tape the No Spin News usually. And the New York Times list comes out in a couple hours. We have outsold every book by far. Every nonfiction book. I don't know what they're doing over there in the women's fiction. That's doing very well, but nonfiction, way ahead. So we should open at number one on the New York Times list. I'm just praying that they're honest over there because it's not even close. Now, last time around, it was dubious, okay, what they did. This time, we're approaching 100,000 copies sold in 10 days. It's a big number. And we appreciate everybody saying kind words about it. Okay, so people ask me, how many more books are you going to write? And I got 2 I have to write by contract. I can't tell you what they are because people steal the ideas. You know, we're in the middle of writing another Confronting book. And in my mind, I want to go out. We are the best-selling, Dugard and I, the best-selling nonfiction authors in the world, and nobody's going to come close to us because we have the 13 Killing books and all of that, and a phenomenal success. We're approaching 20 million in print worldwide. And now with this YouTube channel, and again, what I'm going to do today on the YouTube channel is run down all the assassinations and assassinations attempts and tell you what everybody had in common, because it's really a dangerous country. Always has been. America's always been a dangerous country. And it's just because of our history, what we had to do to establish the country, to forge our way west, and now to survive in a country that has maximum freedom and a lot of mentally ill people. And it's a violent country. There's no doubt about it. So when I'm writing the last 2, and this will be it, okay, I'm not going to do any more because I'm just up to here, as I said. I just can't do any more. I'm going to go out with a blaze of glory, but there'll be 2 more. And, I'm putting a lot of thought into what I want to get across to people. So I'm doing a lot of press. You may have heard me on a local radio station. Hannity's nice enough to, he actually read and liked the book. He puts me on. Going to be on Mark Levin this Friday night, News Nation, 9 p.m. There's a TV documentary. Me and Leland Vittert, and I'll be on Cuomo by the way, tonight at 8 on News Nation. But there's a lot of publicity, a lot of marketing going on. So I wrote the President's book because I knew 24 was going to be a turning point in our country, because the progressive movement has taken on a lot of power and authority. You know that. I mean, this George Soros character and his son, Alexander Soros, these people do a lot of damage, in my opinion. I mean, they think they're saints. They think they're the greatest people ever. But I see what they do. I know what the color change is. I've seen them in action. It's my job, and I bring you the truth. If I broadcast for progressives, they'd reject it right away because they don't want to believe it. People believe what they want to believe. That's it. No matter how many facts, no matter what I have, they're not going to believe it. But in the books, it's different because the books are legacies. They're forever. And that'll be my legacy. I'll leave these books. All of them are still in print. That's amazing. Okay? Killing Jesus, Killing Lincoln, a whole slew of them. People still buy them. They call it the backlist. Because younger people grow up and they want to know. You want to know about the United States, you read Confronting the Presidents from page 1 to the end. It's more than 400 pages long. And we have the audio, by the way. If you can't devote the time, you throw the audio in the car or when you're jogging or whatever, and it's good. Audio's good. But you'll know more about your country than 90% of the citizenry if you read this book. Because it just goes right, the arc goes right through. What happened? All right? How we got here. And we're staring at Trump and Kamala Harris. That's who we're staring at. And I put it into perspective in a fair way. If you read this book, you think I'm unfair, any way, shape, or form, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. And the final thing is, I couldn't do any of this without you guys. So we got 300 radio stations that I do commentary on every day. We have DirecTV. We have The First. We have distribution all over the world now with our YouTube channel. We're reaching tens of millions of people. I never thought it would happen. I never thought it would happen. All right, but it has. And now the book's churning out there. So it's a coordinated effort here. But the Presidents is worth your time. We got 2 more. I'm writing one now. Sometimes I go, can I just go to the beach? And a lot of my friends, they're just riding around in a golf cart, yeah. Do a little golf like this. Hey, you want to, they are. They pickleball, a little pickleball. I don't have remotely the time for any of that. Anyway, so a longer final thought than usual, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the No Spin News. See you tonight on News Nation, and we'll see you tomorrow back here for the No Spin News. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.